Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to shortcut you to being well-informed.
And today we're digging into something you probably have in your kitchen, ginger. Zingiber Officinale.
Right, but it's way more complex than just a spice, isn't it? Our mission today is to unpack its journey, its surprising chemistry, and why it's becoming such a big deal as a nutraceutical.
It really is fascinating. Botanically speaking, it's an herbaceous perennial, and it's related to other powerhouses like turmeric and cardamom.
Okay.
And that scientific name, Zingiber Officinale. The officinale part is, well, it's a direct clue. It literally means of the workshop or, of the pharmacy.
So its medicinal use was kind of baked into its name from the start. Where did it actually come from originally?
Well, it doesn't exist in the wild anymore. It's what we call a cultigen. It was domesticated.
Interesting.
But the evidence strongly points to maritime Southeast Asia. From there, it traveled widely as a canoe plant, taken by voyagers across the Pacific, even to Hawaii.
The canoe plant, I like that.
And it was actually one of the very first spices traded from Asia to Europe. Ancient Greeks, Romans, they knew it well. There's even that story about Henry VIII thinking it could ward off the plague.
Wow, against the plague. That's some serious historical clout. And its use wasn't just European folklore, right? It was huge in traditional medicine systems elsewhere.
Oh, absolutely. Foundational, really. For thousands of years, it's been central in China, India, Japan. In Iranian traditional medicine, for example, records show it used for, well, almost everything. Memory, digestion, liver issues, even as an aphrodisiac.
A huge range of uses. Now, something I've always wondered about fresh versus dried ginger. Is there actually a difference, chemically speaking?
Yes, and this is where it gets really interesting. So fresh ginger's main active compounds are called gingerols. They're potent.
Okay, gingerols.
But, and this is the key thing, when you dry or heat ginger, those gingerols undergo a chemical reaction. They transform into shogaols. Shogaols. And these are roughly twice as pungent, twice as hot tasting as gingerols. Plus, there's evidence they might be more bioavailable, easier for your body to absorb and use. Zingerone is another compound formed then, too.
Twice as pungent and maybe better absorbed. So drying or cooking it fundamentally changes its power.
Exactly. It means the best form of ginger isn't a simple answer. It really depends on what specific health effect you're aiming for. Processing genuinely alters its potential.
That makes so much sense. So let's talk about those effects. Its anti-inflammatory power, for instance, seems pretty well established.
It is. Studies have shown it can work about as well as NSAIDs like ibuprofen for things like osteoarthritis or menstrual pain, often with fewer side effects, which is a big plus.
Fewer side effects is always good.
Yeah, and it also seems to help with that muscle soreness you get after exercise.
Okay, what about nausea? That's a classic use.
Right, another big one. It's generally considered quite safe and effective for morning sickness during pregnancy. For nausea from chemo or surgery, the results are sometimes a bit more mixed, but the thinking is it acts directly on the gut and might affect certain receptors there and in the brain.
And beyond pain and nausea, what about bigger picture? Things like heart health or metabolism.
Significant benefits there, too. Research suggests it can help lower systolic blood pressure.
The top number, right?
Exactly. And it can improve lipid profiles, so bringing down the bad LDL cholesterol and triglycerides while giving a boost to the good HDL. Plus, it seems to help with blood sugar control by improving insulin sensitivity.
That's quite a list.
It is. But importantly, tied into some of this is its natural blood thinning effect.
And that brings us to the crucial point. Just because it's natural doesn't mean it's, well, completely harmless for everyone.
Precisely. That's the vital takeaway. While it's generally safe, high doses, think over 5 grams a day, might cause some mild digestive upset like heartburn or gas.
Okay, mild stuff mostly.
But the blood thinning aspect is more serious. People with bleeding disorders or anyone taking anticoagulant drugs like warfarin or even daily aspirin need to be really cautious. It's generally recommended to stop taking ginger supplements at least 2 weeks before any planned surgery.
2 weeks, okay. Good to know. Any other interactions?
Yes, potentially with blood pressure medications. Because ginger might lower BP itself, taking it alongside those drugs could, in theory, cause your pressure to drop too low.
So, with all this potency and these potential interactions, the bottom line for listeners using ginger therapeutically is...
Talk to your doctor or healthcare provider. That's absolutely paramount, especially if you have existing health conditions or are taking any other medications. Natural is powerful, but it needs respect and informed use.
Couldn't agree more. So, to sum up, ginger is this incredibly dynamic plant. Ancient wisdom is really meeting modern science here.
And the science is still evolving. There's some really exciting research now into new delivery systems like these things called ginger exosome-like nanoparticles, or GELNs.
GELNs, what's the potential there?
They could offer better stability for the active compounds and maybe even more targeted delivery in the body, overcoming some of the bioavailability issues we sometimes see. It's early days, but promising.
Fascinating. Always more to learn. So, a final thought for you listening. The next time you reach for ginger, maybe you think about that deep history, those hidden chemical shifts, and its surprising interactions with your own body. What other powerful remedies might be hiding in plain sight, just waiting for a deeper look?